Guys, if what I am about to tell you turns out to be true, this might be the single most humiliating chapter of Papoose's entire career, and by the time you finish watching this video, you are going to understand why. Word on the street is that Papoose has officially been caught red-handed running what looks like a full-blown double life, and the whole internet has now decided that the woman standing right in the middle of this mess is none other than Claressa Shields. So the man refuses to sit down and finalize the divorce, refuses to end things properly with Remy Ma, refuses to let go of the last name Mackey, and yet somehow, he has all the time in the world to fly across the country, live in a garage full of unsold merch, and film live streams with his rumored partner like the world owes him applause. Allegedly, guys, allegedly, this is exactly why Remy Ma is over it, and today I am breaking down every single receipt piece by piece, because Claressa Shields, Papoose, and Remy Ma have officially turned this thing into what people online are calling duck hunting season, and honey, the ducks are quacking. Welcome back to my channel. Grab your tea, grab your popcorn, sit all the way down, because we are getting into it. Okay, guys, so let me set the whole picture up for you before we go a single step further. There is a live stream that popped up online recently, and I do not have the time or the emotional energy to keep unpacking these wild internet moments, but this one is a doozy. Apparently, Claressa Shields decided, out of the blue, to go live at the exact moment Remy Ma was preparing to shine as a special guest at Rick Ross's concert in New York. And this is the part that keeps making people scratch their heads. Every single time Remy Ma has anything positive lined up, every single time Slim Rim, as her fans call her, is about to step into a spotlight moment, Claressa Shields suddenly finds a reason to grab her phone and hit the little red button. Coincidence? Anyway, honey, you decide. Here is where it gets weirder. During that live stream, Claressa Shields kept working overtime to make sure Papoose walked into the frame. Not once, not twice, but repeatedly. Viewers were pointing it out in real time, saying it looked less like a candid moment and more like a carefully staged photo op. And the message being pushed was crystal clear. The message was, look everybody, he is with me, he is not in New York, he is not showing up to see Remy Ma, he is not backing his estranged wife at Rick Ross's show, he is right here in my house, in my garage, in my life. But guys, first of all, if you have to prove it that hard, is it really the flex you think it is? Because from where a lot of people are sitting, it looks like the opposite of a victory. It looks like a woman who is exhausted, stressed out, and doing everything humanly possible to convince the internet that the situation is stable. And listen, I am not the only one saying this. Critics all over the comment sections have been saying the exact same thing for months. They keep asking one simple question, and it is a question Papoose refuses to answer. If the man is truly done with Remy Ma, why has he not finalized the divorce? Why has he not signed the paperwork? Why has the messaging quietly shifted from he is getting divorced to they are simply separated? Because guys, those two things are not the same. Not even close. And the fact that the narrative keeps sliding around like wet soap is exactly why people are side-eyeing this whole arrangement. Well, guess what? It gets messier. Because during that same live stream, Claressa Shields was not just posing for the camera and grinning. She was reportedly out there trying to move merchandise. Bobbleheads. $60 bobbleheads. Clothing that people online said looks better suited for the dead of winter than a summer with temperatures pushing triple digits. And when viewers rightfully raised their eyebrows about the prices, Claressa Shields casually revealed on camera that all of this inventory had been sitting in her garage for who knows how long. Just sitting there. Collecting dust. Waiting for the exact right moment to be relaunched. So the question the entire internet is asking is simple. Is this a legitimate business drop, or is this old stock being repackaged as new so the girl can pay the bills while her rumored partner sits upstairs scrolling Instagram? Anywho, we will let the receipts do the talking. And listen, I have to say something and I want everybody in this comment section to really hear me. Please, 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 be careful about who you send your personal information to on the internet. Y'all are out here dropping full names, home addresses, Cash App tags, and credit card details to people you do not personally know, and you never stop to think about who else might have access to that information down the line. It is not just about the merch. It is about the safety of your personal data. So if you take nothing else away from this video, take that. Alright? Alright. Now let us keep it 100, because there is one part of this whole story that fascinates me more than anything else. Claressa Shields, on that same live, told viewers she does not read the comments. She does not care about the internet. She does not entertain the online chatter. But guys, if she does not read the comments, why does she spend so much time responding to them? Why does she keep bringing them up during her live streams? Why does she keep answering critics she claims do not exist? First of all, that is not how not caring works. Second of all, that is exactly how people who are drowning in the criticism behave. They cannot stop talking about it. They cannot stop referencing it. It lives rent-free inside their heads, and every single live stream turns into another attempt to convince the world that it does not. And then, oh honey, and then there is Papoose. Papoose in the background. Papoose upstairs. Papoose on his phone. Papoose being described in press conferences as an entrepreneur and a businessman, but appearing on camera looking like he has nowhere to be, nothing to do, and no urgent business meetings on the calendar. Critics online have started making a very specific joke about Papoose, and I am not going to lie to you, it is a joke that refuses to die. They keep saying that Papoose is basically just another roommate in the house waiting for the next fight paycheck to hit the account. Now, guys, of course that is speculation. Of course we do not know his full financial picture. But when your public appearances consistently look like you are wandering around a living room in socks, people are going to draw their own conclusions. Let me play this one part back for you in my head, because it still has me shaking my head. There is a moment on the live stream where Claressa Shields starts venting about how the girl allegedly wanted to jump out of a moving car on the highway, wanted to be dropped off at the airport, was crying, screaming, refusing to get on the plane, and then, according to Claressa Shields, turned around and went online to claim the exact opposite happened. In her words, she is tired of the lying. In her words, whenever the bottle comes out, the storytelling begins. In her words, she is standing right there, physically present, and yet she still has to defend her version of events. And guys, listen, I am not here to say who is telling the truth and who is not, but I will say this. When your defense of your relationship requires you to publicly drag the mother of Papoose's youngest child on a live stream at 11 o'clock at night, something has gone seriously off the rails. In addition to all of that, there is the receipts problem. And by receipts, I mean the family receipts. Claressa Shields brought up on that same live that a certain family member, who she says is not even a close cousin, is out here living 5 minutes away from her in a townhouse she claims she pays the bills for. She brought up that she paid to fix a car after the girl allegedly changed her own oil incorrectly. She brought up the flights to Greece that got redirected into car repairs. She brought up everything short of the electric bill, and honey, we are one heated live stream away from that too. Now, is any of that our business? Absolutely not. But she made it our business the second she pointed a camera at it, and the internet is not going to unsee it. Meanwhile, while Claressa Shields is out here documenting every household expense, Remy Ma is doing something very different. Remy Ma is out here working. Remy Ma is out here booking. Remy Ma is scheduled as a special guest for Rick Ross's event, which is exactly the show Claressa Shields was reportedly trying to distract people from. Remy Ma is also expected to perform at a major event hosted by Angie Martinez. Remy Ma has fans buzzing about Lil Kim recording a brand new remix and verse for French Montana and Max B's Ever Since You Left, and every corner of hip-hop Twitter is refreshing to see what drops next. On top of all of that, Remy Ma has quietly brought back her signature two-toned hair, and I do not know who needs to hear this, but the girl looks refreshed. She looks focused. She looks like a woman who has completely stopped arguing with the internet and started stacking up wins in real life. And that is the contrast people online cannot stop pointing to. On one side of the split screen, you have a woman who is chasing spotlight moments through live streams, garage merch drops, and rumored partner cameos. On the other side, you have a woman quietly showing up to major concerts, headline events, and cultural moments, letting her career do the talking. Guys, one of these is loud. The other one is loud in a completely different way. And if you have been on the internet for longer than 5 minutes, you already know which one the algorithm rewards. Now, on a more positive note, let us give Remy Ma her flowers for a second, because the last several weeks have been genuinely good to her. The buzz around her career has picked up significantly. The features are lining up. The look is refreshed. The energy is different. And this is the part that critics of Claressa Shields keep hammering home. They keep asking, what exactly is anyone supposed to be jealous of? Because the entire premise of these live streams seems to rest on the idea that Claressa Shields has won something, that she has taken something from Remy Ma, that she is holding some invisible trophy over the girl's head. But when Remy Ma is out here headlining Rick Ross's show and turning heads at Angie Martinez events, what exactly is the trophy? And then there is the joke. Oh, honey, the joke. 2 full years into this saga, people online are still cracking up over the running gag that Papoose is always, and I mean always, upstairs. Even when he is technically home, even when he is technically present, viewers keep pointing out that he never seems to be front and center. He is a background character in his own relationship. He is a supporting actor in his own live stream. He is a man who apparently prefers scrolling Instagram to being visible on camera. Now, is that just internet commentary? Sure. But it is internet commentary that has stuck around for 2 full years, and that kind of longevity does not happen by accident. Some critics online have started drawing comparisons to other celebrity couples who chose the exact opposite path. They point to Lato and 21 Savage, who kept things almost entirely private for months, with only 1 or 2 vacation photos ever making it out into the public eye. They point to celebrities who bring family members to the BET Awards, siblings to NBA games, close friends to the WNBA matchups, all in an effort to keep the relationship speculation off the table. And then they point back at Claressa Shields and Papoose, who seem determined to do the complete opposite. Every event, every live stream, every dinner, every workout selfie is broadcast to the world as if to say, look, this is real, please believe us. But guys, the tighter the grip, the more it starts to look like something is slipping through the fingers. Let me tell you what really got the internet talking though. It is not just the live streams. It is not just the merch. It is not just Papoose upstairs. It is the shift in the story. When this whole situation first went public, the framing was clean. Papoose is getting divorced. He is moving on. He is starting a new chapter with Claressa Shields. But then, quietly, without a single announcement, the language began to change. Suddenly it was not a divorce. It was a separation. Suddenly there was no timeline. Suddenly there was no signed paperwork. And that is the exact moment the entire internet said, hold on, wait a minute, something is not adding up here. Because separation and divorce are not the same thing, and pretending they are is exactly how the girl ends up spending 3 years defending a title she does not legally own. Then people started digging into the little details, and honey, when the internet starts digging, the internet does not stop until it finds something. They pointed out that Papoose has faced public criticism for how little time he reportedly spends with his youngest child. They pointed out that the security guard at a family funeral was allegedly told to keep certain relatives from seeing their grandchild, which, guys, if that is even partially accurate, is a whole different level of drama. They pointed out that the entire cast of characters around this story keeps expanding, and every new character keeps adding another layer of controversy. And every time a new layer gets added, the same question comes back around. What exactly is the flex? What exactly is anyone winning here? See, this is the part that a lot of viewers cannot get past. Because Claressa Shields keeps positioning these live streams as evidence that she is in a healthy, secure, thriving relationship. But most healthy relationships do not require nightly live stream broadcasts. Most secure relationships do not require the man to be dragged into frame like a prop. Most thriving relationships do not require the girlfriend to publicly attack the mother of Papoose's youngest child, which happens to be Remy Ma. The internet has been in relationships. The internet knows what one looks like. And the internet is telling Claressa Shields, girl, this is not it. Anywho, let us pivot for a second, because there is one more angle to this story that people online are watching very, very closely, and that angle is the upcoming fight. The buzz around ticket sales has become its own conversation, and let me tell you why. Earlier this year, when the initial numbers started leaking online, there was a wave of criticism about attendance. Public comments were made. Certain remarks got misinterpreted, then reinterpreted, then twisted into 6 different narratives, and eventually the internet just started keeping receipts on the receipts. So now every single day, fans are refreshing arena maps to see how the seats are filling up, and every single day, the numbers are becoming part of the broader conversation. Some critics have argued that recent public choices, including this rumored relationship drama, have made it harder for Claressa Shields to secure the marquee matchups she used to command. Others argue the opposite. Either way, the conversation is loud, and it is not slowing down. And here is where the story gets really uncomfortable for the Papoose defenders. Because for a man who is supposedly moving on, for a man who is supposedly done with his previous life, Papoose sure does spend a lot of time letting his current partner do the talking for him. He shows up in the frame. He walks past the camera. He waves at the phone. But guys, when has Papoose ever actually stepped up and given a full, on-the-record, unambiguous statement about where things stand with Remy Ma? Because I can wait. I have all day. And I still do not think we are getting that statement anytime soon. Some of you are going to say, Kiki, mind your business, they are grown adults, they can live however they want. And you are absolutely right. They are grown. They can live however they want. But the second you turn on a live stream, the second you launch a merch line, the second you invite the public into the living room, you have officially made it the public's business. That is how internet culture works. That is how content culture works. That is how modern celebrity works. So if the goal was privacy, honey, the live stream should have been the first thing to go. Child, let me tell you what else has the comment section in a chokehold. There is a specific moment during the live stream where Claressa Shields starts venting about how she does not care what people online are saying, how she is going to drink whatever she wants, how she is going to say whatever she wants, and how nobody has any right to comment on her lifestyle. And then, without missing a beat, she pivots into a 15-minute rant about what people online are saying. Guys. You cannot make this stuff up. If you do not care, you do not care. If you do care, at least be honest about it. But the constant back and forth between I am unbothered and let me explain why I am bothered is exactly what has viewers rolling their eyes. And then there is the family angle. Claressa Shields keeps bringing up a sister named Tiffany. She keeps bringing up an alleged ex-best friend. She keeps bringing up a girl she calls a distant cousin. She keeps bringing up funerals, security guards, denied entries, and family disputes that have absolutely nothing to do with Remy Ma, Papoose, or the boxing world. And honestly, that is where a lot of viewers feel the show goes off the rails, because the more names get thrown into the pot, the more it starts to look less like a celebrity relationship update and more like a full-blown reality show pilot that nobody signed up to watch. Now, let me be clear about something, because I want everybody to hear me on this. I do not think Claressa Shields is a bad person. I do not think Papoose is a villain. I do not think Remy Ma is out here plotting revenge in a dark room somewhere. I think this is what happens when three grown adults refuse to close a chapter properly, refuse to finalize the paperwork, refuse to sit down and have the hard conversation, and instead let the internet do the emotional heavy lifting for them. And when the internet does the emotional heavy lifting, guys, the internet always takes it too far. That is just what the internet does. But here is the thing that keeps sticking in my head. 2 years. 2 full years of this. 2 full years of live streams, screenshots, subtweets, side-eye moments, merch drops, ticket debates, custody rumors, and family drama. And in those 2 full years, what has actually been resolved? Nothing. Not a single thing. The divorce is still not finalized. The living arrangements are still confusing. The child custody conversations are still tangled. The public relationship is still being defended, night after night, on live stream after live stream. And the Papoose upstairs jokes are still hitting harder than they should, because deep down, everyone can see that the situation has not moved an inch. Meanwhile, and I want you to hear me on this one, Remy Ma is doing what Remy Ma does best. She is stacking wins. She is showing up. She is performing. She is refreshing her look. She is teasing new music, new features, new collaborations. She has stopped arguing with the internet entirely. She has stopped defending herself in real time. She has stopped feeding the machine that keeps this drama alive. And guys, that is exactly why the drama keeps circling back to her, because in the vacuum of her silence, everyone else has to keep filling the room with noise. So what does all of this add up to? Honestly, it adds up to a moment. A big, defining moment. A moment where Claressa Shields is going to have to decide what kind of story she wants the world to tell about her. Is she the champion boxer with 3 Olympic golds and a legacy that stretches across decades? Or is she the girl who spent 2 full years on live stream defending a relationship the internet never quite believed in? Because right now, the second story is drowning out the first one, and that is a tragedy in slow motion. And Papoose, my brother, if you are watching, if any of your people are watching, sign the papers. Sign them. Please. For everyone involved. At the end of the day, some of you are going to feel like you have already won this whole conversation. You are going to feel like clapping back in the comments proves something. You are going to feel like the last word matters. But for most viewers watching this unfold, all it proves is that the online criticism is landing exactly where the critics wanted it to land. That is the impression people have been left with after 2 full years of this saga, and that is exactly why the conversation refuses to fade away. And that, my friends, is where we are going to leave it today. Because honestly, everything else is just noise until Papoose finally decides to be a grown man, walk into a courtroom, sign the documents, and officially close the chapter. Until then, the live streams will keep coming, the merch drops will keep dropping, the family names will keep flying, and Remy Ma will keep quietly winning in the background while the rest of the internet argues about who is jealous of whom. Alright, guys, that is my full breakdown of the entire Papoose, Claressa Shields, and Remy Ma situation as it stands right now. If you enjoyed this deep dive, if you learned something, if you found yourself talking back to the screen at any point during this video, please, 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 do me a favor and hit that like button, share this video with the friend who has been texting you about this saga for months, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already, because I have another one dropping tomorrow that is going to be even messier than this one. Trust me. Now drop your thoughts down in the comments section below. Team Remy Ma. Team Claressa Shields. Team Mind Your Business. I want to hear all of it. Do not hold back. Because at the end of the day, this is exactly the kind of story where every single opinion counts. Alright, my loves, that is going to do it for me today. Take care of yourselves, watch your personal information out there, and I will catch you in the very next one. Bye.